I see you. If you can unmute yourself and if you can go ahead. Thank you.
Sure, Prabhu. Thank you. Please, dear devotees, please accept my respectful obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. Please bless me so that I can speak based on the scriptural injunctions and so that I don't make any offenses and it benefits everyone, including me, and purifies me. I don't have any qualification. I was hesitating to speak because it's so purifying, so very soothing to just hear. And I mentioned to a couple of devotees also, maybe rather I shouldn't speak, I should just hear. Sorry, somebody called. But I'll try. Just Mukam karoti vachalam panghum langaite girim yat krupa tamahum vande Sri Gurum Denotarinu Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Iswaram Hari Om Tatsat Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Maharaj is a pure devotee of the Lord. So many unlimited qualities. So such an insignificant my side, how much I can glorify, but I will try. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarvair gunair tatra samasateir sura. So Prabhupada quotes again and again this particular verse. So that means those who are unalloyed, engaged in unalloyed pure devotional service, they have unlimited qualities, wonderful qualities of a Vaishnava. That is Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana. So, Sri Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj has, first one is Kirtan, Krishna Kirtan. Amazing Kirtan. So last almost 11 or 12 years, I didn't have a one-on-one personal association, but at least I used to sit in the front and I used to hear Kirtan class and Gita Nagari, Dattatreya Prabhu's place, MVCC, our old temple, even current temple. So many times I'm very much blessed by Maharaj's association, Maharaj's Katha and Kirtan, you name it, so many. So the first one is the Kirtan. I was amazed and it is so soothing and so sweet, especially because Maharaj is born in Bengal and pure devotion is coming out and it's amazing. I was thinking actually before I start speaking, I should hear, because it should first, that's why Prabhupada has emphasized, before beginning the class, there must be a kirtan, so that it purifies the heart, we are rightly situated and we speak. So I was thinking that I should hear Maharaj's kirtan and before I speak. So kirtan is amazing. I used to, Maharaj, as soon as he starts and then he used to take harmony and then start singing kirtan. It was really, I still remember the kirtans Maharaj sang in so many of these temples and devotees places. And then the Krishna's creativity for Krishna, it's amazing creativity, so many aspects. The Abhay Charan movie I saw so many times, my kids and myself, many years after we received the Abhay Charan movie. It's I don't think anybody else can make this kind of a movie, especially on Srila Prabhupada, and spiritual devotional movie, glorifying our founder Acharya. It's unexplainable, so much. It's really, really amazing work. And then the second kind of creativity is the Maharaj's altars, the deity altars, our temple. And also one time, Maharaj in Gita Nagari retreat, by seeing Shri Radha Damodar Mandir altar, so small, and Prabhupada also, he saw the altars, both altars, then immediately told that he announced, I'm going to donate from my side. So how many of you all want to help me in this? Then many devotees raised their hands, and by next year retreat time, we will have this ready, both altars. And Maharaj did that, and it was such a, now if you go to, maybe many of you may not remember, but I remember very much, and really it was Maharaj so much, with a pure heart, Maharaj is paying attention to the details, everything. He wants to make sure Srila Prabhupada and Supreme Lordship Sri Radha Damodar are nicely, placed on a nice altar, not, if it is possible. And then so Maharaj tried his best to do that. And I was really, it was so much immense pleasure to all the devotees. So that is one of, another creativity is I still have. So the Guru Parampara, with so much exquisitely beautiful, the Guru Parampara, I don't know how many of you have. I have it with me, and it is by the blessing of Sukumari Mataji and Dattatreya Prabhu. I got the Guru Parampara and I worship every day, and it's so really a blessing to have the Guru Parampara. Personally, you can see with very nice imprints of all the Guru Parampara. Such a creativity, I don't think anybody can do that unless they have this pure devotion, attachment to Sri Prabhupada and Guru Parampara. Then also Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj and cooking. It's amazing cook, as we heard from so many devotees. And I remember Maharaj cooking Badi Chechri or Bada Chechri for Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said, no, its chili is less, you need to add more chili. Like this, so many pastimes which Sri Prabhupada, so much cooking Maharaj did. And recently I heard from my Guru Maharaj that he went to, recently when Guru Maharaj was having 2 surgeries, he went to the hospital and he cooked for all the servants. He, without even thinking anything, he just went and cooked and served them. Can we imagine? It's impossible unless you have that personal relationship more than the Lord, serving the devotees and caring for the devotees and serving the devotees. It's unless you have that so much sincerity and dedication and love for it's coming from, because Prabhupada's heart, because he loved and served Prabhupada, and Prabhupada's mercy is flowing through Sri Prabhupada to Sri Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, so that that's why we can see that all these magnanimous qualities, not ordinary, not extraordinary, it's pure devotee, it's magnanimous qualities just flowing through Sri Prabhupada, His divine grace, founder Acharya. So like this, Kirtan, Prasadam, the cooking, and then I learned a lot of cooking. Initially I'm not a good cook, but I learned a lot of Bengali cooking from Sukumari Mataji. And we are missing a lot, the 11th Coventry Circle, so much Dattatreya Prabhu and Sukumari Mataji. You can see the exemplary service from Maharaj's qualities in their mood, in their service. Such a intimate service they used to do. Sri Prabhupada, we used to attend every day. Mangalarti we used to do there on Saturday morning. So it was amazing. And Mataji used to cook all the Bengali cookings. And then many of these disciples like Mamatamai Mataji, Savitri Mataji, and they are perfect in making. Maharaj used to tell also what is missing, what to improve, what to do, what not to do, especially rasgullas and other sweets, cham and there is other sweet Sukumari Mataji used to make. And like this, the Bengali dal, Bengali saag. So I learned many of them by observing Sukumari Mataji, how she is cooking, and based on the ingredient I used to ask questions, what and all she put. So it's all coming from Maharaj's qualities of how Maharaj cooks with so much love and devotion. So this is cooking, kirtan, creativity, the Vaishnava etiquette. And Maharaj quote this verse so many times I heard myself within this New Jersey, New York area. Sruti Smruti Puranadi Pancharatrika Vidimina Aikanti Bhaktir Hare Utpataiva Kalpate. Please follow the process. If you don't follow the process, if you don't follow this achar given, instructions given by Shastra and or spiritual masters, it's going to create a chaos. So please make sure follow the process. And Maharaj emphasized so many times. And timing also very particular on timing. One time Maharaj seeing the time, Maharaj came first and devotees were not there at Dattatreya Prabhu's place. And Maharaj mentioned, he mentioned timing is very, very important. Krishna, time is Krishna. So Maharaj has taught in so many aspects in the Vaishnava etiquette, and many times Maharaj chastised sometimes garlands, Prabhupada garland is a little bit small or not thick, but the garland given to Maharaj was thick and very nice, better than the Prabhupada's garland or the deity's garland. Then immediately Maharaj chastised them, this is not the way, and then he is showing by the example. And then I recently heard from Bhakti Vijaya Bhagavat Swami Maharaj, recently got sannyas from Mayapur. He was mentioning Maharaj was chastised many times recently after he received some complaints, and then he told that Maharaj told that even though Bhakti Charu Maharaj told him, actually, I need to chastise because how will others will learn? Because I had to chastise you so that others will learn. So that's why I had to chastise. Please don't mind. And then they both hugged each other. And Maharaj has so much love. Unless you have love, we cannot chastise. Especially the Maharaj or Guru, those who are in that quality, they cannot chastise unless you have pure love for the Guru Parampara and the devotees and the Lord. It's not possible. So that's why Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, it is important for us to teach. That's why he used to chastise, especially the Vaishnava etiquette is very, very important. So that is another quality. Many other qualities, I think many devotees mentioned, but I want to also a little bit, my heart is so hard, it's not so soft. So I'm a little bit, after going through, I think when Maharaj started from Ujjain, I heard it, but somehow I was not sure exactly why Maharaj is coming at this time. Then once Maharaj was here and then Maharaj is in the hospital, then after a day or two, after 2-3 days, then I started feeling so many thoughts, even till today also, so many waves of thoughts are coming. Somehow these thoughts are, what exactly is happening and what we need to do. And what exactly is the position of a pure devotee, a position of a devotee, position of a living entity, and what is the relationship and how to attain the goal. In these 3 aspects, the various thoughts, the first one I'll bring these 3 considerations we have to take, as Maharaj says always, consider these points. The first consideration is Maharaj is the Prabhupada explains this, and Krishna explains this in Bhagavad Gita. We are not the creator, we are not the enjoyer, but rather we are the cooperator. And that's where we have the biggest identity crisis, because we think all other things, but not the cooperator. Cooperator is not just to cooperate, Prabhupada mentioned cooperate with each other, but main thing is the Krishna consciousness behind. The main point is cooperate with the will of the Lord, cooperate with the will of the spiritual master, His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, in the case of Srila Bhakti Charu Maharaj and for us also. So that Maharaj has come, Maharaj has just taken by the will of the Lord, he just followed, cooperated with the will of the Lord, cooperated with the will of Srila Prabhupada. That is the only reason he has come. Otherwise there is no reason for him to come, because he knows every detail of what is this COVID situation, every detail of it, more than anybody else. But he has taken only because of this cooperation with when this situation can come, only when this is possible, only when we are fully surrendered. We might be cooperating to some extent, we all cooperate because as devotees we cooperate to some extent. But the highest degree of cooperation means the highest degree of surrender, full faith, full surrender to spiritual master and the Supreme Lord. Only then this can happen. As Prabhupada also explains, Lord may take away everything. Tat dhanam harai. There is one verse Prabhupada quotes. When will that happen? It doesn't happen to you and me. It happens to only the pure devotees of the Lord who are fully surrendered, dedicated. Like in Srila Prabhupada's case, it happened. Everything was taken away, all his business and everything. Same way as this fully cooperating with the will of the Lord. And we can take the example of Parikshit Maharaj. Even though he is a great king, he is a great devotee of the Lord. Why did he has to do that activity? Because by the will of the providence it has happened, he has thrown the dead snake on the Sringi. And then on top of it, he didn't, he got to know that 7 days he is going to die. And then he didn't lament. He just accepted as the will of the Lord. He accepted Otherwise, he's young. He's not like old. He's going to die in few days. And Maharaj is also young. Nobody expected that Maharaj is going to, we're going to have this situation. At least 10, 15, 20 years, everybody expected that. No, nobody expected that this thing will happen. And same thing with Parikshit Maharaj. He never expected. But as soon as, by the will of the Lord, that incident happened, by the will of the Lord, we can see Srila Bhakti Maharaj also has left that place. And the pure devotees will know. If not, I'm not sure. At this, my qualification, I'm not able to know. When Maharaj left, whether he knows exactly what's happening. But I'm sure that, at least I'm 100% sure that Maharaj knows the plan at least few days before. At the time of joining the hospital, or at least few days after that. Definitely, 100% I'm fully convinced, based on the Srila Prabhupada's writings and Shastra. It is nothing to doubt about it. So this is the first concentration, this cooperation with the Lord. So that means it is a teaching a lesson for all of us to how to surrender more and more, how to cooperate with each other, cooperate with especially the plan and will of the Lord. How will we know? Only when we study scrutinizingly Srila Prabhupada's instructions, then only we will know. Otherwise, there is no possibility for us to know what exactly this cooperation with the will of the Lord, cooperation with the will of spiritual master. And Parikshit Maharaj cooperated. That's why 7 days he didn't care. He left everything. And then he just went to the bank of Ganga. And by the will of the Lord, see Sukadeva Goswami also. He walked in. How did he know? Because pure devotees will know. Super soul, he will make sure that Lord will make sure that he will make all those arrangements. And Sukadeva Goswami walked in. All the devotees also walked in. Why did that happen? So why all these 10 days devotees chanted? Because this is the situation for us to learn, transform. It is not so much for Maharaj, it is for us, for all others. That's why the situation. Otherwise, if it would have happened in some other place, Mayapur or Vrindavan, or some other situation, this situation wouldn't have come. This much transformation, this much, so many places, it wouldn't have. And the example of Bhishma Pitama, the battlefield, the soldier, the devotee, the great devotee of the Lord, always, it doesn't matter how and when, what's going to happen. So that's why on the battlefield, Maharaj chosen. So while preaching, he came for preaching for D-Land to correct the situation and improve the situation, to expand the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Prabhupada. So that's why we see that this is the first consideration, is the cooperation with the Lord. And the second consideration is the relationship with the Lord. And Prabhupada emphasized, and Parikshit Maharaj himself is speaking this. In the second canto, 8th chapter, verse number 6, is mentioning this, that, and Prabhupada quotes, so Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, they have taken great difficulties, and Prahlad Maharaj, these three names Prabhupada mentions in the purport, they taken great difficulty. Dautatma Purusha Krishna, the Padam Namunchati, Mukta Sarva Pariklesha, Pantas Saranam Yatha. So basically, he's telling Dautatma means pure devotee whose heart is cleansed. He will take the shelter of the Purusha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he never leaves Padam Namunchati. He never leaves the feet, lotus feet at any cost, at any difficulty. Doesn't matter how hard it is, how difficult it is. Worst situation, still, he never leaves the lotus feet of spiritual master and the Supreme Lord. And then he definitely will be liberated. Mukta Sarva Pariklesha. All, doesn't matter what situation. What it is. And Prabhupada quotes that, like Prahlad Maharaj, Nityananda Prabhu, Haridas Thakur, they all three, despite so many difficulties for preaching, they have taken. They didn't care because they are fully surrendered. And the Prabhupada emphasized, this is the important point. They are in a family tie, just like a traveler, when the last line of that verse is saying, just like a traveler, he travels so many places, he was so much, he's tired and, he's away from the home. But when he comes back at home, then he was served nicely by the family members and others and kids. Then he is nicely seated, he is so happy. He is back at home. Same way, pure devotees, doesn't matter what difficulty and what kind of situation it is. Because he is in the pure devotee of the Lord, is always in family tie with the Supreme Lord. So that's why external situation doesn't matter in any way, not even a single percent. So that's why Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, you can see that he is fully in relation with the Srila Prabhupada and the Supreme Lord. So that's why there is no anxiety, not a single percent of anxiety. He is fully dedicated and he is fully remembering that soft lotus feet of His Divine Grace and the Supreme Lord. So this is the second consideration. And the third consideration, this is the attaining finally. And Prabhupada mentioned this in the Attaining the Supreme 8.24. Prabhupada, for devotee, yes, there it is mentioned two parts. If somebody passes away during the sunny time, daytime, and then Uttarayan, then he will go to the spiritual world. If somebody passes away in Dakshinayan and the night time, then he has to come back. And then Prabhupada explains in that purport, 8.24 purport, for a devotee, pure devotee of the Lord, it doesn't matter. It could be by arrangement or it could be by an accident. Like Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj passed away at an accident. But for a pure devotee, it doesn't matter. Prabhupada will mention in the purport. They will definitely, surely attain the lotus feet. Even if Lord doesn't remember, even if we don't remember, the pure devotee of the Lord, there shouldn't be a question. But even if we think that he didn't, pure devotee of the Lord didn't remember, and Ishopanishad clearly saying, verse number 17, clearly saying, even if devotee doesn't remember, Lord will remember. Lord will remember. So Shastra is clearly telling, and Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj is quoting Varaha Puran, that Shastra says that there also same thing is quoted. Definitely for pure devotee, Lord will make sure he will remember. So that 100% assurance is given in so many places, and Prabhupada is emphasizing. And then the final, in this way, so we should never doubt why Maharaj has to go through the situation, why it only at COVID, why only in America, why not in Mayapur, Vrindavan. Lord has so much detailed plan. Otherwise, why Parikshit Maharaj it happened? Why Bhishma Dev it happened? We think that Bhishma Dev is on the opposite side just like that. But it has a detailed understanding why Bhishma Dev has to choose on the other side. Because Bhishma Dev has to see the Lord in that particular relation, rasa, chivalry as ras. Lord has to fight with him. Lord has to sweat his, sweat to really come towards with his chakra, wheel of the chariot towards Bhishma. Then only he stopped and then he saw the Lord and then he decided, okay, this is time has come. But still there is another biggest instructions has to be given to Pandavas. That's why that specific plan of the Lord has happened. And then Bhishma Pitama accepted as that is the plan of the Lord. And then here also Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj he accepted the will of the plan of the Lord, and he wanted to go back in the association of Prabhupada, as he mentioned in Vyasa Puja offering. But he accepted the will of the Lord. Time has come. So that's why he left. So and we should consider that the plan of the Lord. Why did he do that in this COVID? Because all these devotees are praying intensely. Regularly we chant, but not so much. Intensity is not there. We are not crying. No tears are not coming out while we are chanting. So that's why this situation has created to transform us. Otherwise we take very lightly. Even despite COVID situation, we don't take it seriously. So that's why this is to bring the seriousness. And the final consideration is Narada Muni's example. Narada Muni's own example is exactly the case. You can see everybody, the four Bhakti Vedantis has instructed him as a spiritual master, they left. And his mother also passed away. Nobody is there. Nobody. Then what did Narada Muni do? Narada Muni thought, why did it happen? Why Lord happened? He didn't question the Lord. He just exactly simply followed the instructions of Bhakti Vedantis, pure devotees of the Lord. And then he just simply carried on with so much intensity and devotion and determination. That is exactly the same thing we all need to do. Maharaj is already pure devotee. So, from the beginning, it is for us to consider this. That we should never doubt the Lord's plan at all. So we have to, that's why reading Prabhupada's books is very, very important. This gives utmost understanding of each and every situation. Whatever happens in our life, we'll be able to digest, we'll be able to observe and reflect what exactly is happening, and then how we can improve and get close to Srila Prabhupada and the spiritual master and the Supreme Lord. So this is the consideration. So I just want to share so many other thoughts are coming, but I think I don't know the time. I think I might have, still time is there. Raj Gopal Prabhu, what is the time? whatever I took the time.
Hare Krishna, 8:32, but it's always a pleasure to hear you.
So I think one more thought, as I was explaining other day in class and in the morning class, the example of the plant Bhakti creeper. I was seeing with this situation, I was correlating especially. Difficulty can come at any stage. On the other day, the last few days, there was so many thunderstorms. And then I had so many plants at my home, all in containers. And because of these thunderstorms, things are falling off, and then some plants are falling off, and then even the seeds, whatever is, because unless the flower comes, then only fruit comes. Because we have to what is the ultimate goal? Krishna Prema we have to come to. So before that, flower has to come. The mature fruit is Krishna Prema. But Adava Shraddha, Dada Sadhana, we have 10 steps. Final step is Krishna Prema. But before step is the Bhava stage, ecstatic symptom. That Bhava stage is like a flower. From flower, fruit will come. Whether it's tomato or beans or whatever the case is. Generally that is the case. When these flowers get destroyed during the thunderstorms or deer eating or whatever, it could be a number of things. So it can happen even the last minute. Tomorrow, fruit is going to come. But just before that, 5 minutes before or 1 day before, this thing can happen. Damage can cause through Adi Bhautik or Adi Atmik or Adi Daivik. Same way, so these difficulties, we see externally, Srila Bhakti Charu Maharaj going through that difficulty, but we see only external things, but internally is fully focused. So we have to understand that these difficulties can come only when we take the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord and Spiritual Master and regularly focus the sadhana and dedication of our service, serving devotees and with nice relationships. Then slowly and gradually we can really come to Krishna Prema within one lifetime. Prabhupada mentions it is not impossible. It is possible only when we take really very thorough, in our sadhana. Basically, that's what it is. This. So in this Bhakti Kripa, these unwanted anarthas will come, so many difficulties will come, either thunderstorms, either deers or different animals, different living beings. So we may get so many difficulties. Somebody is criticizing, or sometimes we hear this recent New Vrindavan incident. So many things may bother us. Why this happened? Why Lord is doing this? But unless we have a Siddhanta, we have a Shastra, we have pure devotee's mercy, Krishna, we hear regularly, then only we can understand the situation and we can improve our situation. Otherwise, we will stay where we are and will not be able to really correct ourselves. Despite these incidents happen, Krishna is arranging these incidents only for us to learn. It is not simply just coincidence or something. It is for us to learn from these incidents and then to really take the benefit of it. So with that, I will stop here. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Please forgive me if I stated anything incorrect or offended any of you. Thank you. Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj ki jai.